Hi, Donovan here. I just finished showing you guys how to rewick a Kanger Evod, or Evod knockoff with 2mm Ekowool. I am going to now take this apart, and I am going to show you guys how to do this using 1mm silica. I'm going to just dry it off real quick. A little wipey with Vapor's best friend, paper towel. We're going to take the, actually going to take the grommet right off. Pop. We'll set that aside. And don't forget to put that in at the end. I'm going to take the center column out. I am then going to unscrew this from the base, and I'm going to do it this way this time. So what we got in here is we got our 2mm Ekowool with a coil in there. Came out at 1.8 ohms. We're going to remove, this is much easier to get at when you do it out of the device. We're going to remove the positive pin. We are going to take out the insulator. Pop! There we go. And we are going to remove our coil. Here's the coil I just built. Looks good, looks awesome. 32 gauge canthal. And so now we're going to do this with 1mm silica in case you guys don't have any Ekowool. So we're going to do it with silica. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it in half like this. Now I don't personally, I'm going to hit this with the blowtorch real quick, just because maybe that'll help with some of the fraying issues. There we go. We're just going to hit this with the blowtorch really quick. Heat up the old silica. I know this isn't braided like the Ekowool, but anything could possibly help. No, I'll let that cool down for a second. I do have a small piece of 32 gauge canthal that I had left from my last wrap. I'm cheap, so I am going to try and do another one. I'm going to, actually these ends have some kind of stuff on them. I don't know what that is, but we're going to take care of that right now. We're going to take that off. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold 1mm silica in half like so. Okay. I'm not going to use a pen or anything. Now the thing is, you don't want to pinch off your wick, so it's usually good to use a nail or a needle or something in there, but I am going to actually just do mine right by hand. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, tight enough, 4. I'm going to call that good. We're going to go for 1.6 ohms, so I'm going to just pull this in a little bit tighter on this side. And there we go. I should call that good. Something like that. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the long wire through first and then the short wire down there. We're going to just push that down into the cup like so. Okay. Once again, I'm going to pull the long wire over here to the side and bend it up, just keeping the coil and stuff in place. Now I'm going to take the insulator and slide it over the short wire like so. And I'm just going to weasel that back in there, just like that. You see? I'm going to fold that over. That's all good. Our coil's still sitting pretty in the middle of the cup. And we're going to put the positive pin back in. Push that in like so. Take a pair of nail clippers. Clip our wires off right close to the thing so we don't have any shorts. Clip that right off like so. There we go. end. Now I'm going to screw that back into the base before I start doing any wick trimming. Back into the base and onto the VAMO. And check our resistance. And we've got 1.6 ohms, just like I said, 1.6. And now let's fire it up. There we go. A nice coil going there. I don't like how close that is to that side, so I'm going to pull her over gently like this. There we go. And I'll fire it up again. There we go. Right across the middle where I want it. Okay. Now, I'm going to take the center post, push that back in there, and get her in there nice and even. You might need a little pliers. Push her down, good. Check it again. Make sure I'm not shorting out. Yeah, look down the center, see it firing up. Yeah, okay. Bring a little bit of juice residue off that column that's on there. I'll put that in there. Now, we will take the nail clippers and we will trim that right off. Actually, let's take this right out of there. Ooh, that's hot. Hot tamales. There we go. We're going to trim this off. First we're going to do is we're going to trim this side off in close. Boom. Give me some silica to do another one. And I'm going to trim this little loop off the end I have here, just to open that silica up so it'll perform. There we go. That should wick really nice. There we go. And that takes away the top wick like Kanger has, and the knockoff has a 1 millimeter piece of silica across top. This is actually cold, so you can actually just pull your positive post. I'll do another video on how to clean these, so you can maintain the life of your device. So now we're going to put that grommet back on there. We are going to put the grommet back on there. There we go. So it looks like that. And we got our little top full of juice with some juice in there. Let's put a little more juicy in there. Just top her up a little bit. A little bit of juice. There we go. She's topped up. Don't fill up past the center column or else you get juice all over your table. Okay. We'll screw that back down in there. A little primer puff. And let's see how it vapes. 2 millimeter silica, 32 gauge Canthal, 5 wraps, 1.6 ohms. Check it out. Doesn't taste as good as the Ekowool. The Ekowool, the flavor seems to come through a little bit better. I much prefer the Ekowool over the Silica. Looks like I'm going to build it again. Happy vaping.